Hello friends, I am Zainab Nalwala and this is a video of explanation for SS of 9th standard, lesson number 14, India's location, geological structure and physiography, second part. So, moving on, this chapter is all about how many landforms and what regular, irregular surfaces of the earth, which is known as physiography. Some of the bases of physiography into which India is divided are as follows: Northern mountainous region, Great Mountain Plains, Peninsular Plateau, Coastal Plains and Archipelagos. Okay. So in India we found these many basic features and forms of land. The first part is the northern mountainous region. This is an important natural region of India. It is also known as Himalayan mountain system, which spread over 2,400 km in the west-east direction in the north. It has an arc shape. Okay, so going towards the east from Afghanistan, it extends up to Myanmar, India, Nepal and Bhutan. It has more span in Tibet, and it is a part of the mountain system known as the Pamir Knot. Okay, so this Pamir Knot is a mountainous system and this Himalayan system is a part of it. Okay. So this Himalayas are divided into two parts, Northern Himalayan region and Eastern Himalayas. See, the Northern Himalayan region are three mountain ranges parallel to each other. Okay. The first one is known as the Greater Himalayas. The second one is known as, we'll come to know further. Okay. So these Greater Himalayas are the loftiest range. Okay, there are more than 40 peaks and 700 meters of height. So most famous among them is Mount Everest, which is 8,848 meters high. It is on the Nepal-China border and it is known as Sagarmatha in Tibet. So other famous peak is Godwin Austen, then which is the highest peak in India. Now Mount Everest is a part of the Himalayan region, but it is not completely in India. So Godwin Austen is the highest peak of India. Okay. Then moving on, there are three distinct ranges in Himalayas. First we knew that it is Greater Himalayas. The second one is, see, these are the different types of places located in this ranges and their heights are given. Okay, this is everything from your textbook. So I have kept your textbook details here because sometimes the details are being different. So it is better that you learn from your textbook only and understand from your textbook. The second range in the south is Greater Himalayas. It is called Central or Lesser Himalayas. Okay, so here the width is ranging from 80 to 100 km, and hill station like Dalhousie, Dharamshala, Shimla, Mussoorie, Ranikhet are all situated here. There are extremely beautiful natural valleys in this region. The third range is situated in this mountain system is Shivalik, known as the Outer Himalayas, and most of it falls in India. There are 10 to 15 km wide and 100 meters of height. Peculiar valleys are seen from here. Locally, these are known as Dun. So, Dehradun, Patli Dun, Kothari Dun, all these places are situated in this range. The second part, see, this picture clearly shows that this is just a reference picture. This clearly shows that the first part is wide and it is at a height. It is known as Greater Himalayas. Then you can see the second part. Here I am showing you the numbers. The second and the third. The second one is Lesser Himalaya and the third one is Shivaliks. Okay, this is very clear from this. Moving on, this is a real picture of those mountainous regions. Okay, Himalayan mountainous system. So now the second part is the Eastern Himalayas. So Eastern Himalayas is highlighted in green part. Okay, it starts from this side. Okay, India is here. Okay, India is from here to there. Okay, but it is located little bit at the top. Only this part of India is under the Eastern Himalayan system. Majority of its part is in Bhutan and the area above India and Bhutan. Okay. So moving on, Eastern Himalayas. Let's talk about something of Eastern Himalayas. It is located. There are many hills like Patkai Hills, Naga Hills, Nagaland, Lushoi Hills, Mizoram. So these is a forested area. Roads and railways have not developed much in this part because it is forest and it is a mountainous region. So it is difficult for railways to be set up here. Okay. This is one of the landforms which we studied now. Second landform is Great Plain of North India. Great Northern Plain. It is a region between the northern mountainous region and the southern peninsula. Okay, it is very clearly shown. Okay, this is the Great Plain of North India. This much part is Great Plain. Okay. So moving on, this is from your textbook itself. So this plain is about 2,400 km long and is considered as one of the largest river plains. So west part is narrower than the eastern part and the plain is almost a level length. None of its part is higher than 180 meters above the sea level and the plain is very narrow near Delhi. As you can see here, see Delhi is somewhere here, okay, and it is very narrow there. So moving on, in important cities such as Delhi, Kanpur, Lucknow, Allahabad, Varanasi, Patna, Kolkata situated in this plain. See, these all cities are situated here. Okay. Moving on, Sindhu River. Now let's talk about Sindhu River. I am here. Okay, second paragraph. Sindhu River and its tributaries Jhelum, Chenab, Ravi, these are situated here. Doab. The region is known as Doab because here two rivers meet. So do matlab two or ab matlab water. So this rivers meet here. Moreover, there is mixture of 5 rivers. So that is why it is known as Panj-Ab. 5 rivers meet, and most of the plain is also in Pakistan also. The part is in India and part is in Pakistan. So on the basis of this physiography, the plain is divided into 4 parts: Bhabar, Tarai, Bangar and Khadar. We are on the last paragraph here. Okay, so these 4 parts. Okay, here dense forest and diversified wildlife are seen. The old alluvial plain is called Bangar and the new sediment of flood is called Khadar. Okay, so this is the third and the fourth part. Then Bhabar is a belt which is 8 to 16 kilometers wide, which is full of stones and gravels. Okay, and the Terai region, which is more humid and marshy, becomes next. So this is important for your short answer type, that explain the plain types of plain. Okay, moving on. See, this is Doab where the 2 rivers are meeting. Okay, that is now this is the older sediment. So it is known as Bangar and this is known as Khadir, near the river, new sediments. See, this is the difference between new and the old. Okay, the new one is fresh brown and the old one is now faded. See, this is a clear representation how the Himalayas के बाद तुरंत ही होता है Bhabar, then Terai. See, Bhabar has big stones and gravels, then Terai has small. Then we have Bangar and Khadar and then the river valley. Okay, so Khadar is new fresh sediments near the river valley. The third part is the Peninsular Plateau. So now this Peninsular Plateau is a region which appears as an inverted triangle. See, this is the southern part, Peninsular Plateau. I think there is, yes, okay. This is the Peninsular Plateau. Okay, we are talking about this part. Okay, so first let us continue, then I'll show you the picture. Wait, I'll show you the picture from here only. Okay, see, this whole part is the Peninsular Plateau. Okay, it is divided further into 2 plateaus, that is Malwa Plateau and Deccan Plateau. Okay, so we'll stop here. This is our first video. In the next video, we'll study about the Peninsular Plateau. Thank you.